Hey friends, I am here to show you my newest junk journal. It's a blank junk journal. It is a Northern Woodlands theme. It's made from a book cover from an old book. This actually was a Robinson Crusoe. But it's called the Evergreen Library. I thought it was kind of appropriate with its greenness and the fact that it references evergreens. And in terms of size, it is, let's see here, it's about 5 inches by 7.5 inches and about 1.25 inches deep so far. Anyhow, obviously it will change a little bit as you fill it up. And it has 5 signatures, and each signature has 5 sheets or 10 pages. And so I believe that's 100 sides in total. So there's lots of pages here to fill out. So why don't I show you what it looks like. So this is just some hem. It's like kind of like seam binding, but for hems. So I thought I would use that. And so here we go. So it is lined with some linen that I have made into a book cloth, and it's got all the seams that are sewn and glued on. So that's on both the inside covers and also on the in the binding. So here I've got some map pages that are sewn, and I've got this cute little stamp, postmark stamp, Northern Development it says, and there's a little bit of gesso here so you can write on it or paint on it. And then I have a little watercolor tag with a fish on it, and of course space on the back to use, to write, to paint, to sketch, whatever it is you want to do. And then just some old vintage, it's like a vintage Hilroy notebook for children. So I put that in there, and it's stamped, and it's got some edges that are inked. And this is just from a card for an art show. And this is some wallpaper that I've put a piece of a Canada Post envelope and kind of made it into a mini envelope. I thought this was super cute. It's sewn in. And here I've got, it's probably hard to see, it's quite dark, but it's a fish underwater, and it was a piece of a newspaper, and so I backed it, and I used some matte medium on it to give it a neat texture. I really like the texture that makes. I put a little ribbon up here, and on the flip side, it's backed onto some old, like the inside of an envelope, little stamp of a bear to carry on with that northern theme. And so you can write on it and, you know, do some sketches, whatnot. I just thought it was really cute, so I didn't want to leave it out. So this is wallpaper that I backed onto some packing paper. I like backing it because I find wallpaper to be difficult to use sometimes to write on, and this may have been pre-pasted wallpaper, so I glued it and backed it just for ease of use. And here's some vellum. It has like little logs. I put a little, this is from a printable, so I put a little woodpecker there, and this is some sort of like antique linen, I think. And so this says, quote, "I took a walk in the woods and came out taller than the trees. Thoreau." I just thought that was so appropriate to how at least I feel when I'm in the Northern Woodlands. And then I just have a little tuck spot here, and this is some unpasted wallpaper that I think would be cute for a note card. And I made some tags out of this watercolor test page that I had used, and I think the color scheme goes really nicely with this journal. In the back of that vellum, this part has some gold accents to it, which I think is kind of neat, a little different. And this is the other side of that wallpaper page. And I created two little pockets. They're sewn in. So they've got, this one has a little page about porcupines. And it also has some, those are little corners for photography. So if you want to put some photos or even a note card down, I like to have a couple of those in my journals to, you know, make it a little bit more versatile. And here I just put a bunch of cute little tabs, a little bear, some empty ones, little map, and then this is a little sticker. This is from a Sault Ste. Marie based small business. I will tag her. She does some really wonderful stickers. Really enjoy her work. So that's that. And this is, again, that vintage paper, Hilroy paper. It says Woodlands stamped in there, and it's inked. And then back here again is that gessoed and sewn pocket from the map. This is an atlas that a vintage atlas that I had. And here are some note cards. This says Forest Dreams, and it's got a little washi tape that has some little evergreen trees. And this one says Tweets, and it's a bird. I just thought that was really cute. So, right, second signature. This is just some newsprint. I thought these wildflowers were a great addition. I grew up seeing flowers like this in the wild, so I thought it was appropriate. And there's just the back. I thought it was of interest. It had some tomatoes and some interesting things in it. This is some ledger paper. I love the green. I find that it goes with a lot of my journals. This is a pocket that I made. It's a pocket page. And I can't remember who I got the idea from, but it is on YouTube. If I can find it, I will link it. And so in here, there's a pocket here. In this pocket, I just have some kind of like craft paper with some little quick sketches of funny looking trees. And I think this is watercolor, just kind of stained onto it. So some writing space in there, kind of a secret pocket up here. And then in here is another secret pocket, and it's got just some, I think this is handmade paper from Happy Mail that I received. It was lovely. Love the colors. And here's some sheet music, sorry, some score sheets, and it says Forest Song here, so I thought that was kind of cute, musical. And I've got some stamping and some inked edges on some of these pages. And this was from just like a sketchbook that I had picked up. They had these printed sort of images. It's thicker, so you can actually probably watercolor or use paint on it, and it should hold up. But anyhow, I just thought it was really cute and fun, and someone could just color it in if they like, or write on top of it. I just thought it was really sweet. And then reflections with a little bit of stamping on it, and some inked edges for the music sheets, some more maps. I really enjoy working with maps. You could easily put a torn edged piece of paper on top and write on it. You could paste some images on it, put stickers. I don't know, I find it versatile, and I love the colors of maps. Now, it may be that I have a background in sort of the geography mapping, so it kind of makes sense that I would like it, but I just find it, you know, it's appropriate. And I tried to get some northern themes, so Northern Ontario themes, but didn't always work out that way, but some of them did, so that was cool. So here's a little pocket. This is some remnants of some encaustic art that I did a couple weeks ago, and I just, if you follow my stories and you see my previous posts, you know that I was at the Halliburton School of Art. This was some of the what's called mono printing from my hot encaustic plate, and I just think the colors are neat, the textures are neat. You know, someone might find something cool to do with this, so I thought I'd stick it in there. Again, some ledger paper, the back end of that newspaper, and some more wildflowers. So as a result, I sometimes there's a glare on this, so it's hard to see, but these are wildflowers from Northern Ontario. So I put them into this laminated sheet. Now, I must say that I'm not really thrilled at how this turned out, in that this was the self-laminating pouch. I do have a laminator, but I wanted to try these little cards. I find that they didn't make it, I don't know, they're not quite as nice as a real thermal laminator, so I still left it in here, but moving forward, I probably won't use these for flowers, maybe just for things that are not transparent. And then just some more ledger paper and a little map tuck spot. And this sheet is, it's the inside of an envelope. And so I really like the cool patterns that are in there. So I thought, okay, I'll put that in there. It's a bit stained from the newsprint, but it also has inked edges. So I thought it kind of goes together. It's kind of aged and grungy. So, and of course there's some sewn pockets. Here's the sewn pocket part. And as you can see, it's clearly an envelope. And in here, I just did a couple of little bookmarky things, note cards, so you could write on the back of this. It's backed. This is actually from an old tissue box, and I love all these patterns, so I thought I'd make a little tag out of it. I backed it, and it's got inked edges. And then some watercolored book pages, which you can kind of do anything with. And then here I made, there's a little tuck spots. This one's hand sewn, I believe. Just a small area. And then here I made a little gummed notebook so you could tear off the sheets. And then I kind of stamped it, inked it, did some cute things with that. That was the first time I've done a gummed notebook. It worked out really well, so I will be making more of these. I think they're a great little addition. Here is some, I think it's a paper bag. Tabbed it a little, and here's a transfer. It's trees. It's hard to probably see on the screen. But yeah, here's a planner page. I think that was sent to me in Happy Mail, and I just attached a little piece of newsprint, sort of like these evergreen trees. And then this was a printable from a lovely lady in Toronto, and she sent those to me recently in some Happy Mail. So thank you, Denise, I believe. And so I just decided to make a pocket out of these. So in here I've got a little pocket that has wolves. I thought that was kind of cool, very northern. And then inside I just left this page empty. So like, wow, what a big blank slate for somebody to play with. And then on this side I also made a pocket, and on this side is a little note card. So this was a masterboard that I made a while back, and then Denise also had sent me this beautiful little sort of a printable page, and so I thought I would paste that on. Of course I backed it a little bit. This is an old envelope, but I thought, oh, it's nice and bright, kind of matches with the color scheme. And yeah, so you can write on it. A person could write on it. This has a beautiful sewn edge. It's a little bit of a vine look. I thought, oh, it's kind of like botanical in a way, so I thought I'd put that in there. And just some blank page. This is a from a book on mammals. It's got a moose on this side. I flipped it out, and on this side it has a caribou. I glue down my washi tape so that it actually sticks, because I find that if you don't glue it, it starts to come up after a while. And it's backed, of course, on, I believe that's the a shopping bag, a paper bag. And then on this side, I had a little fun. To me, this looked a little bit like a flannel shirt with little buttons, so I thought I would make something with it. So in here, it's a little, it's a poem. And it's got inked edges. It's a Robert Frost poem. It's called In Winter in the Woods. It's got some washi glued down and some inked edges and some vellum. So I thought that was really fun and a little secret poem. And here, just a tuck spot again. This is hand sewn this time. It says, by discovering nature, you discover yourself, Legacy. And it's just an empty envelope for someone to stick a secret note in. I guess it's not really secret if it's in an envelope and it's very obviously tucked in here. But anyhow, you get the picture. And this again is an envelope. I love this little window because on this side you get the map and on this side you get this little text. So it would be fun for someone to play with that. In here I just put a couple vellum sheets. I really like vellum, but sometimes I can't figure out what to do with them, so hopefully someone else will find something cool to do with them. And I've got a transfer of trees and misty kind of background. Some more map, and then in here there's like a secret tuck spot. You know, you could tuck a little note card in there. So, and then this is just some more watercolored book page. On the inside, I sewed a pocket, and here is a tag made from a paint swatch, some newspaper bunny sketches, which I thought were cute, and then I gessoed this back so that someone could use it, write on it, and it's sort of translucent so you can see some of the writing underneath. And then of course it's just got some old ribbon. And then this is some more of that antique linen paper. I sewed on this, what do we call this? A snippet roll that I had made. And it acts like a little tuck spot. So I just put some blank little pieces of some of the paper that I used in there. And this is paper bag again. It says coniferous, and there's some washi of some evergreen trees. And it says wilderness here. This is a different type of vintage lined paper, so I put that in there. Here's some sticky notes. I always like to put sticky notes. I find them, you know, I can find some unique sticky notes and I put them in there. This is a belly band, and I just put some note paper in there for someone to use. And some more of that linen, antique linen paper, and I put some washi. It's got some evergreens and forest themes. And here's some book page with some seam binding sewn on. And I have this black bear book page here. On the inside I've got, it's another of these note cards. It's like a tag. Sorry, not a tag. It's a note card that I made with a masterboard. It has a mushroom. It's got it's backed on that envelope. And I just thought it would go well here. Some more map pages. And this is a little sketch that I made with some wax crayons, other like water-soluble crayons. I don't know, I just thought that's where kind of this theme for the woodland started, was me just sketching on this book page. And I was like, oh, what a great idea. So on the inside, here's some more sticky notes. This is just some craft paper, and I've stamped it. I love this little stamp pattern. It's from Stamperia, I believe. Anyhow, this is from a magazine. I backed it and sewed it on like a pocket. And here I've just got some more of that, what looks like flannel paper, and just another empty tag. Some brown paper, which I've tabbed with some of that handmade paper. And here I just put in white a little wonky tree. I find that some people with the dark paper, they're not sure what to do with it, so hopefully that will inspire somebody to try some light colors or some white pen or something like that on this page. Here's another envelope. page, and then this is another masterboard that I created, and this is a card from that masterboard. And it's sort of got a blue jay and, you know, a bunch of different things with some winter scenes on it, and it's backed on some packing paper, and it's sewn on too. So I thought that was kind of fun. And then this was a little house. I think this is inspired from a video that I watched from the Purring Cat Studio. I will link it as well, but I thought, oh, I would put it on with a little, was it a brad? And then I glued this washi over the brad so it doesn't scratch everything up. But essentially it moves around. You can, you know, write on the page, use it, cover this over it. I thought it was kind of fun. So I did that. And then there's some green paper, and here I've got a little sketch that I did. I think this is watercolor and pen, and I've got some of the iridescent paint. I think that this paint that I use is from Beam Paints, so I just added that in here. Kind of fun, flip over so someone could use right underneath or put something else underneath. And then on this other page of the envelope, it says Tranquil. And then on this side, I've got a note card. This was from an art show that I was at, and it's the front half of the card. Thought it would make a good northern theme. The artist is Gwyneth Heaton, Maison Mousse Studio. And then just some more doodles on this chocolate brown paper. I just added this there yesterday, and I was kind of like not sure why, but I kind of like that you can tuck certain things underneath it. It's sort of a little extra tuck spot. And then here, again, it's the continuation of that magazine image, and I just chucked some random washi stickers, stuff in there. Just for fun. It's not a huge tuck spot, so. And then on this side, it's just kind of plain. And then the last page, this was from a newspaper, a mallard duck, some mapping. And then I made like a little tuck spot, so I just added a couple of things. This is again from in Happy Mail from Denise, thank you. And so yeah, so I tucked that in there. I see that there's a little discoloration back here caused by this newspaper print. I might try to spray it with some fixative so that it doesn't rub off anymore, but we'll see. Anyhow, and that's it. That is all, folks. All in all, I think it's a great starting point for someone who maybe has never created a junk journal, or someone who doesn't have time to create a junk journal but is looking for something interesting to journal in, or to take notes in, or for a gift. I think it's really fun. I was originally not sure if I was going to want to part with this, but I just have so many books to look at, to alter, that I really do need to send some of these little babies of mine away. So I'm sad to see this one go, but actually I have enough material that I probably could do a second journal, a second sort of like evergreen northern theme journal. So I may very well do that. I think I'm going to try to start, continue on with a different theme for now, but I'll probably come back to this in the future and make another one. So anyhow, yeah, that's it. I hope you have enjoyed watching this video, and I thank you for tuning in, and I'd love to hear what you think about this journal. So please leave me some comments. If you have a moment, I would really appreciate it, and I hope to see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.